Joining us now in the studio is the president of the Trade Union Congress, Festus Osifo. He is also the president of the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria. Thank you so much for joining us on a day like this.
Thank you so much for having me. Good evening, Nigerians.
Yes, indeed. Well, whether you listen to Mele Kyari, the CEO, the group CEO of NNPCL, or even the boss at the NMDPR, the regulator, seeming to say to Nigerians, don't worry, this is not going to last for too long. As a matter of fact, the lines are, disappearing at the filling stations. But your talks with the Labour and the federal government seem to have come to a deadlock. What exactly were the areas of misunderstanding?
Yes, thank you so much for having me once again. The issue about the queue in the station is not really the problem, but the problem today is the pricing. Because if you look at across the stations, when the product is available and they are telling you to pay over, in some cases, 600 naira. If you don't have the money, you go back home. So why will you stay on the queue? So certainly the queue is going to disappear. So we don't have issue with the queue, but what we have issue with clearly is actually the pricing. So as of yesterday, on Tuesday, we were given a notice to have a meeting with the government representative on Wednesday by 2 p.m. So myself, the NLC president, we met. We agreed that, let's go for the meeting and let's have interaction with them. So immediately after we agreed, that was late on Tuesday evening. On Wednesday morning, at about 8 a.m. in the morning, we saw flyers everywhere about the increment in pricing. And we started seeing snapping of various meters. We were like, no, why are they doing this at this time when we were supposed to have meeting around 2 p.m.? So with that, what we now did was that we reached out to them, trying to ask, why are you doing this? Just wait for us to have that conversation, then we could define the way forward. So they gave their explanations, but at the end of the day, we went into the meeting. So that actually dictated the mood of the meeting. So on our part, we felt that are these people not trying to set us up by what they have done, but they also explained the reason they needed to do it, because they needed to also clear the queue. So, but although we did not agree with their logic. So at the end, we went into the meeting, we had the conversations. So the meeting went into deadlock truthfully because of the fact that we felt, okay, as we got in there, what are the things that are in for Nigerians? What are the alternatives and what are the palliatives? Because when we were having discussions sometime late 2020 and early 2021, for us, it was very clear. We had a conversation around, if you are removing PMS, there should be an alternative. And the alternative that even government itself proposed to us was the CNG. That, okay, they are going to bring forth the CNG, and that they are going to ensure that they do the distribution within 3 months across Nigeria, that they have the capacity to do it.
Can you break it down? What's CNG?
CNG, exactly.
Yeah, it's a compressed natural gas. So so cars in some part of the world, they use it to propel cars. So you can convert your internal combustion engines to an engine that could use the CNG. So the conversion cost is not that expensive.
Right.
In fact, federal government even opted that they are going to champion, is it about 300,000 or thereabout, that they will convert them. You remember the gas expansion program that the former minister of state was everywhere trying to explain. So they told us this. We said, okay, if that is, we did our own research, we discovered that, okay, the cost of CNG or the price of CNG is relatively cheaper. In fact, as of today, if the dollar is around 450 naira, according to the CBN rate, as of now, because they said it's still about 450, CNG could be selling for something lower than 200 naira.
Yeah, that was then. What exactly were your demands at the meeting you had?
Yes,
yesterday?
it's part of the
okay.
These are part of the conversations. So that was our expectation. So when we got to the meeting, we thought that, okay, maybe they will tell us that they have distributed CNG everywhere. Maybe we were not aware, and that these are the things that they have put in place, both the alternatives and the palliatives. So, but when they now came, they said a lot of things, but because we'll be having our neck tomorrow, I may not want to disclose few things that they said, but we We didn't quite agree with that. But one of them that they said, that is already in the public domain, so I think I'm free to discuss this, is the issue of the $800 million palliatives, that they are going to send 5,000 naira to 10 million households, and average of 5 people in the house. So that gives about 50 million people for 6 months. We told them, what is this? That we don't agree with that. That the conditional cash transfer that you have been doing over the years, where is the audit trail? Where are the account numbers? Where are the people that you have sent this money to? That we don't think that that program has worked well. And because we don't think it has worked well, we cannot replicate failure. So for us, that is not the direction and that is not the way to go. So we completely rejected that. Then every other one that he proposed here and there, just little things here and there, we did not give them, apart from the CNG, we told them, okay, we have had you, but we disagree with what you have provided, but we'll go back to our respective neck and have the conversation tomorrow.
Now let's talk more about, subsidy. You're an oil and gas operator, which is an exciting one. So paint for us a picture. First, is it okay for the nation to continue to subsidize product?
Yes. For us, over the years, in fact, if you look at every country, as alluded to by the GCO today, when he was here in your studio, that all different governments, they subsidize different products. So for us, we don't have problem if government wants to subsidize a product for its citizens. But the excuse that they have given over the years are the fact that when they bring in this product, that there are leakages, that across the borders, that most of these products are smuggled out as a result of arbitrage. They have put this forward. But we told them, that is why you are government. The function of government, I mean, government is not a tea party. Government is a call to duty. So you must be, you campaigned and you told the people that you want to protect them and you want to make the economy grow. So if you do that, at the end of the day, you should go and protect your borders. These were part of the conversations Labour have had over the years, that you cannot transfer your inefficiency to the citizens or to the masses. So for us, one, it has been said that lots of these products are smuggled out. So government is saying that they are substituting the entire West Africa. But we said that is not really the business of Labour. That the fact that we are in a dire straits today, that there is a mismatch between our debt and the revenue, and there is a fiscal problem in the country. Yes, we understand. But how did we get there? So you have mismanaged the economy, you couldn't manage your monetary and fiscal, and at the end of the day, you are transferring your macro and microeconomics problem to the masses.
What you're saying, you think or you believe that government's inefficiency over the years, that Nigerians are being made to pay for it.
Absolutely.
How confident or how reassured are you that Dangote refinery is coming on stream very soon? I mean, sooner than later, about July, August. And when you hear that in spite of the 650,000 barrels per day Dangote refinery that will take off very soon, it may not make much difference to how much Nigerians will be paying at the pumps.
Yeah. Yes, we believe, we welcome the Dangote investment in our sector. We think that is something that is really good. And if you look at the jobs that will be created, both direct jobs and the indirect jobs and the value chain that will be created, it's enormous. So we welcome it. But again, Dangote is not Father Christmas. Dangote is not an NGO. Dangote is here to make profit. So because Dangote is here, and again, Dangote is also operating in a free trade zone. So you can decide to bring a little portion to Nigeria and export the other ones where the price is quite right. So for us, we are happy about the refinery, but we don't think much more is going to impact much on the cost in a deregulated environment, because it is just the freight cost that is going to impact on, because crude oil is an international item, international commodity that is priced internationally and is priced in USD. So part of the conversation that we want to have with government is also things about the exchange rate. So take, for example, today diesel is selling for over 1,000 naira. Take, for example, today, if this is fully devalued, tomorrow CBN could wake up, for example, and say that the exchange rate is now 900 naira, that the exchange rate is now 1,000 naira. So nobody controls that space. So when that happens, I can tell you that the pump price is going to jump from even the 500, 600 naira regime today to somewhere around 800 or 900 naira. So we must have that conversation on how to move forward. So for us in Labour, we are fully ready to have such conversations.
And did the government speak to you about the refineries, its own refineries? Because Labour has always spoken about, fixing these refineries.
Yes, because I also double as president of Pengasan, so I could
yes.
speak from vantage position that in the Port Harcourt refinery, enormous work is quite going on in the Port Harcourt refinery. It's more or less like a construction site today. In fact, the staff strength has been drawn down, transferred to other SBUs, and the contractor has since mobilized. And a lot of work is actually going on in that refinery. Then the quick fix in Warri is also going on. But the one that has setback is the Kaduna, because the contractor, they will refuse to move to site, citing security reasons. So the refinery, to a large extent, appreciable work.
So in 10 seconds, what are you telling Nigerians then? To be patient, since all of this is going on all at the same time. And Kerry promised to fix, a refinery will be fixed by December of this year.
Yes, so I may not be able to get the timelines, but all I can say is that work is going on in the refinery as reported by our members, and we visited there not quite long, and we saw all that. But again, our interest in trade union is to ensure that the workers doesn't suffer.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.